This is the future.
So I have tried almost everything in my knowledge just to make the new evolving shotgun good. For a moment, I was excited when I finally got the Incarnon form of this evolving shotgun, and I was surprised when it turned into a dual pistol-like exalted weapon that fires single projectiles. The weapon was killing enemies but it was just in the Elite Sanctuary Onslaught, and I was excited on what it can do after putting all the necessary mods on the weapon. Sadly, it wasn't a decent surprise as it turns out that the evolving shotgun has its problems. Although the shots can deal massive damage, and I thought I could make it good against bosses in the game. I did try it in every levels like Steel Path bosses, and even the normal Idol and Terrorist, but sadly, it did not perform well. Why just the normal Terrorist squad leader? If it can't even take down the normal ones easily, how can it possibly be good in higher level Eidolons? I really think that Felix, the new evolving shotgun, need a buff, primarily on its Incarnon form. I will show the build later, but for now, let's discuss each of its evolution and tell you what I have picked. I know some will say that it doesn't matter, but I will just tell you for reference on what I exactly did, and how much power I have achieved, before even concluding that this evolving shotgun is bad. Its first evolution is pretty straightforward, and this allows you to gain access to its Incarnon form after landing headshots on the enemies. The Incarnon form changes the weapon from a full auto to semi-auto with higher accuracy and critical multiplier, 0.5 meter punch through, and its shots inflict radiation and impact damage but no longer inflicts puncture and slash damage. However, it no longer has multi-shot, and its damage, fire rate, and status chance are reduced, which is one of the main reasons why this weapon is super broken, in a way that it needs a rework. While this is not really a big deal for some, but I find the switching from normal to Incarnon mode too slow, as it's not instantaneous and it would take some time to get from normal to evolve form. Also, it has the same mechanics as other Incarnon weapons, and it draws ammunition from its own source, meaning you will have to deplete its separate magazine with each charge producing 2 rounds to a maximum of 60, before the Incarnon form goes down and you get to the normal mode of the gun. While it feels nice, and you will think that you will definitely love the Incarnon mode, the reality is, you won't spend all that ammunition from Incarnon mode, and just switch back to the normal mode. Why? Because the Incarnon mode is the main problem of this gun. It has low fire rate, don't deal much damage, and it's a single target projectile. Now, I don't mind single target projectiles, as long as it packs a huge punch, but Felix don't have that firepower to even compete with the ordinary meta guns that we have. In fact, I even made this gun exclusive for raw power, by choosing the devastating attrition final evolution for Felix, that gives a 50% chance to deal plus 2000% damage on non-critical hits. Because of this, I have to tune this weapon very specifically, so it won't deal critical damage, and get the 2000% damage boost almost every time from evolution 5. Why not go with crit build squad leader? The shotgun only have 20% critical chance, and even with critical deceleration, it will only gain 60% critical chance. And upon testing, I find the weapon heavily reliant on the damage boost from the devastating attrition. Without it, it will even fail to be a decent shotgun in terms of damage. So instead of going for some crit, I even decided to lessen the crit chance of the weapon by adding the 4th evolution, Racking Wrath, to increase status chance, and lower the crit chance by 10%. For evolution 2, it's basically a personal preference, and I find the recoil more beneficial for me, especially in landing those headshots. And lastly, aside from the devastating attrition perk, another best in slot evolution for this evolving shotgun is the mounting momentum, that increases the fire rate of the weapon after reloading. Sadly, this is only helpful for the normal variant of the weapon, and it won't be that much on its Incarnon mode. Like I have said earlier, the normal fire mode of this gun is better compared to the Incarnon version. Now, let's talk about the build. Against those bosses, I choose to have a non-galvanized build since they don't work that good, as you will need to proc some galvanized mods with kills. Primed tactical pump, and as well as chilling reload works well with this gun, and the faster reload allows you to take full advantage of the mounting momentum perk of this evolving shotgun. As for the elemental, I have chosen to go with viral and heat, and did not go further with any 90% elemental mods. But you have said that you maxed out this gun? Well, this is the max I can give to this gun, as it will just be a waste of former going for 5 or 6, but the gun is still underperforming. I advise you to do so, as it might be good to have elemental mods in the build, but the end result, especially the damage, is mediocre. With this build, you can kill level 180 trash mobs in one shot of the normal variant of the gun. Given the fact that you proc all the buffs from galvanized mods in the primary Merciless, if you want to get the gun, then you can purchase it on Cavallero, then do some challenges like killing 100 enemies, headshotting Void Angels, and using the Incarnon form to kill a bunch of Eximus units. Is it worth all the hassle? Right now, to be honest, it's really not worth it. I just hope that Digital Extremes will somehow change the Incarnon form of this shotgun. The normal form is good. The only thing that needs to change is the Incarnon mode, as it seems like going from normal to evolve form is a downgrade for the gun. It's better that you pick the evolving dagger first. By the way, stay tuned as I got another video about the evolving dagger which will please you more. Thank you so much for watching. Squad Leader signing off.